Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 113 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling Series here on the channel, as it is the Autumn Attack Tour. We'll be heading to Australia here very shortly, as we'll run the first 6 tour shows in Japan, but then the last 2 will run in Australia. Of course, the final show being in Australia. As far as the final show, it's looking really good. I'm really excited to see how this one plays out. I think we got a hell of a main and co-main. As far as the actual card, it looks like this. But yeah, the main event for the IWGP Heavyweight title, Tyler Black versus Konosuke Takeshita. As for Tyler Black, of course, he beat Takeshita during the G1, so that's why he gets this title match here. As for Konosuke Takeshita, of course, just beat Sonata, who is in fact in the co-main. So he's defending his Never Openweight title against Ryu Lee. This is a fun match here. Another one where, as far as Ryu Lee beat Sonata during the G1, and just felt like this was kind of a perfect case for him to defend the Never Openweight title. He hasn't defended, obviously with him being a double champion, and also, as far as the G1 happening, then also winning the King of Pro Wrestling. It's been a while since he's defended the Never Openweight title. Felt like this was the perfect time to do it. And it also elevates this belt. I really do think that as far as it being the co-main event, and it's got a chance to even be better than the main event. Like, this is going to be a really, really good match. Love the main and co-main. As the match before the co-main, though, it is an IWGP Tag Team title matchup. Calvin Tankman in Brody Lee taking on Volter and Zack Sabre Jr. So, obviously, mostly we see in an IWGP Tag Team title matchup Tankman and Hobbs. But here, seeing Tankman and Brody as far as their teaming up to take on Volter and Zack Sabre Jr. Poor Zack, he's in there with the Giants, as far as some big motherfuckers are in there. And you got him as far as the technical wizard needing to pull a fast one on one of those big guys if he's wanting to help his team get the victory and retain those IWGP Tag Team titles. Of course, still the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team titles as well. Tag Team Champions as well. As, that's going to be a fun match, because obviously, the next tour is the Royal Quest Tour, and I'm sure Volter and Zack would love to be able to be champions going into that show. And then for the G1 briefcase, again, I don't know why it keeps on blacking out half the text box, but Hiromu Takahashi and Jay White. Jay White beat Hiromu during the G1, so that's why this is taking place. And, as far as the Kiwi, almost a return to home, as far as it's a very close flight from, obviously, from New Zealand to Australia. So hopefully we'll be seeing a little home field advantage, if you will, or hometown crowd for him. As far as that's going to be a nice little G1 matchup for the briefcase. I was thinking that was a G1 Climax Finals, but I believe it was Jay White and Shingo that I'm thinking of, not Jay White and Hiromu. But either way, it's going to be a nice little singles contest. Then, for the Junior Heavyweight title, El Hiro del Airbender against Rey Fenix. Jesus Christ. Buckle up for that one. That's going to be a crazy match. First defense for Rey Fenix, and it's a doozy, and that's going to be pretty awesome. Never Openweight 6-man tag team title matchup as Diamond K, Kenta, Katsuya Nakajima, Kota Umeda against LIJ, the champions of Shingo Takagi, Los Sombra, and Bushi. And the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, it's Flight Club of Shane Strickland and Dante Martin taking on the Velocities. Of course, Drew London, Peristy State Silva, the Aussies on this show. They'll obviously be having a nice ovation as far as being a part of the home crowd, as far as being the hometown boys competing and looking to defend their titles successfully in Australia. It's going to be a big time moment for them, because that's going to be a lot of fucking people showing up to see them. I forget how much we drew last year, but it's probably going to be in the 80,000 range, maybe a little less. It really just kind of also depends on how Australia's popping. But Suzuki-gun, Kingdom of Strong Style, and Hiroshi Tanahashi to open up the show. This will, I believe, an 8-man tag is this matchup. Of course, Tanahashi, this will be his final Australia kind of tour and matchup. So again, just the global tour of the ace, as far as his retirement tour, hitting all the big major markets now. He's had his last match in America. Now he's having his last match here in Australia. I'm sure he'll be on the Royal Quest show for his last match in the UK. It's gonna be a we're hitting that point of the tour where you're getting kind of the last hurrah of your final time to see this person. Kind of buy your tickets now type of thing, and it's I think they have it kind of low on the show. Obviously, it's the only match that does not have a briefcase slash title on the line for it. The big draw for it is to see Tanahashi for the final time. And as far as this is a fun match though. Obviously, Suzuki-gun, Kingdom of Strong Style, technically very very talented. It's probably going to be, I believe it's a Shino, Claudio, Takanori Ito, and Yeihai. I don't think Hook's in that matchup. Pretty sure it's Yeihai. And then the Kingdom of Strong Style, Nakamura, Kushida, I believe Shelly, might be Kashi Tamato, and then Tanahashi as the final participant. But yeah, that is the final show. Really love this card. There's a lot of matches I would love to see. Obviously, the Rey Fenix and Vikingo match for sure. That match would be crazy. Shane Strickland and Dante Martin against the Velocities would be a really good match too. As far as a prime Brody and a prime Calvin Tankman against Falter and Zack Sabre Jr. That would have been awesome. Ryu Lee and Sonata's a very much a styles clash affair, but also I think stylistically and technically they could do a lot of things very similar to each other. And Tyler Black and Koleska to catch them. Hell of a matchup there in our main event. Really looking forward to it. As far as because that match, it's only happened once in the save, so it's a relatively fresh matchup, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. But yeah, our first show, our first horse show here in Autumn Attack, as we as far as the backstage incident, Nakamura pressing on tips on selling to Moroka Takado. So where I want to run this first show, really just I think we've kind of ran everywhere we can in Japan for now, so that's a good sign. I think we're actually going to start off in Kanto, because I know obviously we're not going to run Kanto for the final show. I actually want to run Korakuen. Been a while since we probably ran Korakuen anyways, but so the the main event rather, as it's going to be Konosuke Takeshita and Kota Ibushi versus Juice Robinson and Alex Coughlin. And you might be wondering, why the hell is this match happening? So the idea is, even though you guys just saw a card, the official card wouldn't be released until a little bit after, kind of throughout the tour. At least, after this first night. There would be some matches that we know, but we would not know the main event. And for Konosuke Takeshita, he's going to beat Alex Coughlin. But afterwards is when the big hoopla happens as far as Tyler Black and the rest of the newest members of House of Black. As you can see, it's Flight Club. So Tyler Black, and then you had Junior Fujita, Dante Martin, Darius Martin, Casanova, Strickland. It's a 6-on-2 beatdown. Tyler Black gets on the mic, explains what's happened as far as for the financial backer, the money man, if you will, of House of Black, this mysterious money man. He has yet to reveal himself, but he's, as far as for Tyler Black, says that he has purchased the contracts for Flight Club to join the House of Black. And as far as for Hayato Jr. Fujita, so Dante and Darius, Top Flight, and Casanova and Strickland, this is a big opportunity. You get to team up with somebody like Tyler Black, who has a lot of experience and who could really benefit those guys a lot, because they're a fun little group, but they're kind of only going to go so high on the card. This was really going to help them out, so it's kind of like it's a blessing for both Tyler Black and for Flight Club. Flight Club, even though that now is no longer a thing, now they're just the House of Black, they will be able to team up with somebody like Tyler Black, and then for Tyler Black, of course, his House of Black gained some pretty good members, as far, especially from the junior heavyweight side of things, Top Flight and Casanova, Strickland, as far as guys on the rise, and a veteran like Hayato Jr. Fujita. I actually like that Hayato Jr. Fujita team up with like Malachi Black. I think that'd be a really fun little team. But yeah, so that's now how we know Tyler Black Konosuke Takeshita, that is the main event angle officially. Co-main, this is a good little co-main. Jay White and Miro against the Mom Squad of Hiromu and Jiro Kuroshio. As far as Kuroshio losing to Miro in 11 minutes, as far as House of Torture, hell of a team. We also have Dark Order versus Night Empire. I mean, I guess this could actually be the co-main, kind of looking at it. So it's the Order of Destruction with Brody against Falters. Actually, between Daniel Makabe as Hobbs beats Makabe. Obviously, Hobbs just, won a big-ass U.S. title matchup against Pac. Really, with him, obviously the U.S. title, I don't think Australia really would care if that belt would or would not be on the line for that tour. So that's why we're letting him get a bit of a rest in a break. So that's why, as far as he's not on the final show. Kenta and Kota Umeda against LIJ of Kota Umeda of Shingo Takagi and Bushi as Kota Umeda beats Bushi, obviously the much better team, that Diamond K team. Then we have the Astronauts versus the Prehistoric Barbarians, as the Astronauts will beat the Barbarians as that came in Oog, losing to Takuya Nomura. It's a fun little match, though. I think it's going to go over pretty well. Then the Young Lion matchup, Josh Alexander against Suneo Takedome. So Alexander will be beating him. I don't know why I just clicked on that on accident there, but it's a fun little show. I think the top half of the card's actually pretty good for a tour show, especially. Let's run it. So 61 for the opener, as Josh Alexander with a TKO over Suneo Takedome. Josh Alexander outperformed him, but it was kind of close. Takedome only 7 points below him. Listen, he's going to be a hell of a talent. We know that for sure. As far as the Young Lions. Barbara Cavanero outperformed everybody in the matchup, but Abe was pretty close. The better team gets the win, though, overall, with the Astronauts, as Takuya Nomura pinning Caveman Oog after with the Dragon Suplex. Of course, he bridged out with it. Kota Umeda and Kenta beating Bushi and Shingo, as Kota Umeda with a Fisherman Buster over Bushi in 1933. It's a good little match. Good little match there. 79. And that's not bad at all. And 80 for the Steel the Show matchup as Jay White and Miro beat Hiromu in Jiro Kuroshio. Kuroshio with a 59. Nowhere close to anybody else on the matchup, but Hiromu with an 87. That is a great performance from him. 86, wow. From Dark Order versus Night Empire, as Hobbs beats Makabe with the Order of Business. Hell of a matchup there. Makabe and Hobbs, the best guys in the match. Crazy that Zack Sabre Jr. and Falter and Calvin Tankman were not in the 80s, but they all did the same, though, with the 79. It's going to be a good little tag match, as far as with Walter and Zack against Tankman and Brody. I think it's going to be pretty good. And 85 for our main event, as Kota Ibushi and Konosuke Takeshita beat Coughlin and Juice, as the champion will submit Alex Coughlin with the Wolf Takeshita. And of course we have the main event, the final angle to end out the tour, or the tour show rather, Jesus, as of course the newest members of House of Black. As this is I think it's just it benefits both parties. House of Black get bigger, Flight Club get some much needed firepower as far as joining up with House of Black. They now have somebody like Tyler Black to team up with, and even whenever Robbie Eagles returns, albeit as far as he can team up with a lot of those guys as well. I like it. I think it benefits again both parties, and it was a really good tour show. Very, very pleased with that. Not a bad first day there, and obviously running Cork and Hall is always nice. Fiery crowd, and they're gonna love that. But a pretty good first tour show, as far as for the Autumn Attack tour. Now we'll go on to day 2. Alrighty, day 2. As we have some more backstage incidents, we got a couple of them. As Kojima passing a microphone work to Heiharu Tamura, Ishii passing on microphone work to Tomoya Tom Ford, and then Nakamura passing on psychology to Moroka Takato. So, our main event. Newest House of Black team, as far as, it's just going to be Tyler Black and Malachi Black, with the Junior Fujita, though. They're taking on the Blast-Off team of Kota Ibushi, Takuya Nomura, and Konosuke Takeshita. And the House of Black are going to get the win, as Malachi Black will be beating Kota Ibushi, which, he is going to be unhappy about that one. And then this matchup, what a match this is. junior heavyweight tag team matchup, if you will. Even though, as far as Pac and Ray Phoenix, of course, have elevated out of the junior heavyweight scene. Well, I say that, but now Ray Phoenix is back as junior heavyweight champion. They're going to get the win. The Pac and Ray Phoenix team, as Ray Phoenix will be beating Francesco Akira. Then we'll also have Jon Moxley and Shota Umino against Hayato Tamura and Kyle O'Reilly. So, the reason why this is taking place, there was a trios match on the Strong taping. It was Moxley, Shota Umino, and Eddie Kingston against Tamura, O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. Now, Tamura did hyperextend his elbow. I don't know if he's able to work. He is, so God bless him for that. I think he is still injured. If I have to take a guess, I did not look and see how long his injury was. Yeah, a couple more days, unfortunately for him. I guess we could just have it be, like Roddy instead. But nonetheless, though, Jon Moxley's going to beat Kyle O'Reilly here. So they're building up, Jon Moxley, Shota Umino, we're building them up for a New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup. As far as for Moxley, his 2026 has been pretty interesting. The big time matches he's had fell short. Had the big, Tokyo Dome street fight, the Tokyo street fight rather. As far as lost to that, lost the U.S. title matchup at Sakura Genesis to Tyler Black. Also lost his United States title at Wrestle Kingdom. So that's kind of been the theme right now. Has been losing the big one, but he's getting some momentum with him and Shota Umino. You see that they beat Kenta Nakajima at Wrestle Dynasty. So it feels like, for him, maybe he's looking at Shooter as kind of his good luck charm, and maybe the guy that's helping him turn it around. Because he's getting up there now. It's crazy to think in 2026 he'll be 40 years old. But, for him and Shooter, they're looking to rise up the rankings of the tag team scene. And that's a huge win to beat Tamura and O'Reilly. They're a hell of a team. Then we'll also have Mexa Blood of Ryu Lee and Samurai Del Sol against Sonata and Tai Chi, as Ryu Lee will beat Tai Chi in 20 minutes there. As Tai Chi cannot even work a tag team match that's over 20 minutes. Then the next matchup, the Young Lion matchup, Daichi Hashimoto, Leonardo Fujinami against Takuya Miyagi and Shobo Dakibo, as Fujinami's going to be winning that one. And then the opening contest as Kosei Fujita, SB Kento, as Kosei Fujita will get the win over SB Kento. So a little Diamond K LIJ matchup, and it's kind of featuring the youngest members and the members that are kind of the lowest on the totem pole, if you will. Thought we were going to have it open up the show, but I think it's probably safer bet to have the Young Lion matchup actually open up the show. Either way, though, I think it's going to be a hell of a show, actually. This is another great little tour show. So, we were in Cork on all the first night, and that went well. We're going to keep it again. This time we're going to run Komozawa Gymnasium. So, back-to-back nights in Kanto. So, 63 for the opening match. Fujinami and Hashimoto beating Akuya Miyagi and Shobo Takibo, as Fujinami wins after the double underhook suplex in 9:59. 66 for SB Kento and Kosei Fujita. SB outperformed him, but Kosei Fujita gets the win with the Kimura lock. 53-61. Not a great performance from Kosei Fujita, unfortunately, but SB Kento's doing well. 79 for Mexa Blood versus Sonata and Tai Chi. Tai Chi with a 50. Pretty brutal. Everybody else in the matchup did really well. Got the crowd hotter as well in this matchup. A lot of green. Mio Abe doing good work. Milano Collection AT doing good work. The announcing does well. Everybody has chemistry. The announcers and the tag teams in the ring. Just the only negative was Tai Chi. It's an 80 for Tamura and O'Reilly against Jon Moxley and Shota Umino. So yeah, Tamura's hyperextended elbow. It says that he took a big toll, but I'll take a 71. That's a pretty good rating. Assuming it's because of the excellent chemistry boost. Either way, it's an upset. As far as for Jon Moxley, pinned Kyle O'Reilly with the Death Rider in 2008. Good stuff. Good stuff there for Jon Moxley and Shooter to get a win. It was close, though, at least I'll say that. Shooter just got a little bit of ways to go, but Moxley does well in that matchup, his best cat in the match. Another 80 here for Pac and Ray Phoenix against Francesco Akira and El Hiro del Airbender. This is actually a lot closer than I anticipated. The excellent chemistry really helped out the former Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, but that's a hell of a match, though. That is a banger, for sure, as far as four guys that can fucking go. As far as who would be the good, I mean, we need a base in that match, was kind of the one thing. Yeah, I don't know if, as far as Francesco Akira, I'm not really sure how great of a base he is. Pac's a pretty good base. Ray Phoenix, yeah, he's a pretty good base, too. There's some good bases in there, but I'm mainly just looking at the Airbender Francesco Akira team, but that'd be a pretty credible matchup to see Vikingo and Pac in the same ring, to see, Ray Phoenix and Vikingo in the same ring, and even Francesco Akira. He's super talented in his own right. He's just not, unfortunately, on that level as some of those other guys. They're just world-class talent. Just kind of is what it is there. But our main event, 81, the trios matchup, as Hana Treaty for Cheetah outperformed Malachi Black. So that shows you how poorly poor Malachi's doing. As he gets the win with the end of the line, though, over Kota Ibushi. And, the House of Black get the win, even though they got pretty badly outperformed by the Blast-Off team. It's a big win, though, for House of Black nonetheless. And a pretty good show. Not the same level as day one, but a good show nonetheless. So on to day 3. We go. Alrighty, day 3. As far as some backstage incidents, Kushida helped create a fun and relaxed atmosphere backstage after finding a discarded karaoke machine and starting an impromptu pre-show competition as melodies of Power Bounce apparently stole the show. If there's a guy to have found a discarded karaoke machine, Kushida, being that guy, is pretty high on the odds. But we'll see what Tanahashi did. Let's see brighten the backstage area by simply being so cheerful and fun to be around. He has the ace for you, and then Ishii passing on Mike from work to Tomoya Tom Ford. So our main event for this night, probably this, taking two singles matches on that final show, putting them into one. This is the Bomb Squad of Hiromu and Ryu Lee taking on Sanada and Jay White. What a fun match this is. But Hiromu will be beating Jay White. It's going to be a quick, kind of flash pin out of nowhere. Felt like this was a great change of pace to what we usually see, having a kind of quick pin like that out of nowhere to give them the victory. Then we have Tyler Black and Christian Casanova taking on Blast-Off, Skunosuke Takeshita, and Jason Lee. Christian Casanova will be beating Jason Lee in that matchup. Then we have Dante Martin and Shane Strickland against the Bomb Squad of Samurai Soul and Demonic Mamba. As Strickland will be beating Demonic Mamba in 13 minutes. So then, I believe, this might be the Tactical Masterclass matchup. I could be wrong. No, it's not. As, this actually might be a little bit higher, because it's Claudio and Ashino against Nakamura and Tanahashi. And Shinsuke's going to beat Claudio Castagnoli. So what a win for the Nakamura-Tanahashi team to beat a former IWGP Tag Team Championship team. Actually, I think it's going to be the co-main. Yeah. And then the Tactical Masterclass matchup as Chaz Gable against Yuya Koraku. Chaz Gable's going to get the win in 18 minutes. And then Takanori Ito will be beating Masaki Fukuzawa to kick off the show. Of course, the Young Lion will be losing in that one. So yeah, we've obviously ran Kanto a shit ton now. On to another section of Japan, another prefecture, if you will, as we're on Nagata City Gymnasium for day 3. And let's run it. As Takanori Ito gets the win over Masaki Fukuzawa with the German suplex with a bridge as a 71. Chaz Gable over Yuya Koraku. It's the grand amplitude. Obviously, Chaz Gable, incredible technical athlete, and gets a pretty good rating out of that as well. Aw, damn. Shane Strickland and Dante Martin have zero chemistry. That's big tough. Big tough. Well, gonna call an audible on that one. Now we know that Dante and Shane Strickland are a terrible team. We'll probably just stick with Top Flight then. That will probably be the plan, as far as that will be the new challengers for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. That's big tough. Or we might even go Casanova and Shane Strickland. We might do that instead. Chris Casanova and Tyler Black, though, they get the win as Casanova submits Jason Lee. Kind of close, but they were the better team. Blast-Off, slightly better. 74, though. That's a good performance from Tyler Black and Konosuke Takeshita, though. Then 83 for the co-main event of Ashino and Claudio Castagnoli, as Shinsuke Nakamura beats Claudio Castagnoli after the Samoan Driver in 22:06. Hell of a win, though, for Nakamura and Tanahashi. I mean, Tanahashi and Claudio did the same rating, and Nakamura with a 73. Just Ashino just a little bit better. It was really close. And an 81 for our main event, as Ryu Lee and Hiromu get the win, as Hiromu with a fast roll-up over Jay White in 24:04. They pick up the victory. They steal one over Sonata and Jay White. It's a good little show. Just sucks about the Dante Martin Shane Strickland team not having any chemistry, but that's the way she goes. Sometimes plans don't work out the way you want them, and you gotta call an audible. But as far as first 3 nights in the books, so far it's been a pretty good tour. We've haven't had any injuries or anything. We've had shows that are above 80s. It's been pretty good. As on to day 4 we go. Alrighty, day 4. As I get some backstage incidents. Nakamura again passing on Psychology to Moroku Takato, and then Brian Danielson passing on Psychology to Jerome St. Pierre. So, we did change as far as Strickland and Casanova. They are going to be the new team to challenge the Velocities on the final show. So we did that change. As far as what will be the main event for this show, it's a good question. There's some good matches on this show. We'll take a look at the Bomb Squad Designers of Perfection matchup. I like this match. It's a nice trios match. Sonata's going to beat Demonic Bomba, so a nice win for the Designers of Perfection. Then this is probably the technical masterclass, which it is Suzuki-gun, Claudio, Ashino, Takanori Ito against Kushida, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Takanori Ito will beat Kushida. Actually, let's have Takanori Ito beat Tanahashi. Why not? Try to make a guy. As far as elevating him. Then we'll have Strickland and Casanova against Tetsuya Endo and Shun Skywalker. That's the Steal the Show matchup, which Shane Strickland and Casanova will get the win there. There's really no surprises. The Young Lion matchup, it's a trios match. Toru Sugiura, Brody King, Drew Parker against Jerome St. Pierre, Brian Nevada, and Don Marcotte. Toru Sugiura will get the win in 10 minutes. It's a little trios matchup for a Young Lion matchup. It's kind of a rarity. And Okada and Pac against... Okada and El Hero del Airbender, rather, against Pac and Rey Fenix. So, the plan is, at Royal Quest, we're going to have Pac versus Okada, so that's why we're having Okada beat Pac here, to help kind of... Because the main matchup is obviously building up towards Airbender and Phoenix, but, as far as to add on to that, with the Royal Quest match on the horizon, because of this win, I like that as well. So now we're getting 2 matches out of this when we just went in going, building 1 match. So it's just nice to see. Plus, that match is going to be really cool to think that the last time they've had a singles encounter, 2023, pretty wild. Not a long time coming. We could honestly have that be the main event, and it'd probably be a believable main event. Then we also have Kenta Nakajima, rather, against Naito and Los Sombra, as Katsuki Nakajima will beat Tetsuya Endo, as Naito was going to complain, but then had a change of heart after noticing the intimidating sight of Kenta cracking his knuckles and glaring. It's about to get the fuck beat out of him. But that will also be right before the co-main now. Well, didn't mean to right-click it, meant to left, or didn't mean to left-click it, meant to right-click it, rather. So, for this show, yeah, we just ran Chubu. About to say, I think there's a 3,000 seater, that's about it. And then we get the 4,750, the Hiroshima Green Arena. Why not? Well, that's right, because, yeah, we just have, 2 more shows left in Japan after this. So, I might as well try to run as many places as we can. But Brody King, Drew Parker, and Toru Sugiura, they beat the Young Lions, of course. Brian Nevada with 41's a pretty good rating for especially somebody without a chemistry boost or anything. Some good stuff there as Toru Sugiura gets the submission victory. 10-11 at 79 for Suzuki-gun and Kingdom Strong Style with Hiroshi Tanahashi, as Takanori Ito with the diving splash onto Tanahashi What a win! He outperformed Tanahashi. Tanahashi's off his game. The better team gets the win there. It's Kushida with a 61. That's a great. A good win, though, for Suzuki-gun. 66 for Strickland and Casanova against Skywalker and Endo. Point difference. But the right team gets the win because of it. But Shun Skywalker was off his game, so cost them the match there. But nice little win for Strickland and Casanova. It's an 82 for Kenta Nakajima against Naito and La Sombra. Nakajima pinning Tetsuya Naito after the vertical spike. Better team getting the win there. I mean, it was close. As far as Sombra best guy in the match. Yeah, it was just a couple points difference. Actually, I would say it was like a point difference. That's actually not too bad. Might have been dead even now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, it was dead even. So yeah, that's could have went either way there. Another 82 as Okada and Airbender beating Pac and Rey Fenix as Okada pins Pac with the Haju Bomb. Damn, a lot of people off their games here. Not the greatest of match. I'm surprised it even got an 82, to be honest, with how poorly some of the ratings were. Like, Okada with a 61 is insane. Wow. Yeah, not great. Not great there. At 81, though, for our main event, as Designs of Perfection beat the Bomb Squad as Sonata submitting Demonic Bomba with the Sonata lock. 88s for both Sonata and Ryu Lee. 77s for both Paris de Silva and Samurai del Sol. So that's just a 4-point difference thanks to Jude London outperforming Demonic Bomba. That's actually a really good main event. I'm surprised it only got an 81. Yeah, I mean, again, we still get an 80 out of it. So far, 80's been the limit. As long as we get it above an 80, I think it's been a pretty good tour show. So far, so good for this tour. Now we just have a couple more shows left in Japan, and we go into Australia. Pretty much we only have, as far as just 4 more tour shows anyways. But, at the halfway point of the tour, definitely no complaints or anything like that. It's been pretty good. And now we'll see what happens on to Night 5 we go. Alrighty, Night 5. Yes, let's see. Backstage instance. Satoshi Kojima, passing on tips on microphone work to Hiato Tamura, and then Ibushi passing on psychology to Hideo Oka. So, our main event. Big ass 10-man tag, House of Black versus Blast Off. Of course, Tyler Black, Malachi Black, Casanova, Strickland, Dante Martin against Konosuke Takeshita, Kota Ibushi, Fuminari Abe, Jason Lee, and Tetsuya Endo. Pretty big 10-man. And for the first time, as far as Theodore is on one right now. But Konosuke Takeshita beats Malachi Black in 20 minutes. Then L.I.J. versus Diamond K. Trios matchup. A little prelude, if you will. Just a different combination as far as with the eventual challengers taking on La Sombra, Naito, and Yota Tsuji. So yeah, this is giving them a lot of momentum. Pretty much guaranteeing them a title matchup here with this win. Kenta beats Naito in 22 minutes. Best of Suzuki-gun versus Kingdom of Strong Style. Trios matchup as Claudio, Yehai, and Hook against Nakamura, Shelley, and Kushida as Yehai beats Shelley in 20 minutes. Oh, Nakamura's the agent. So that be Tanahashi. We have the Order of Destruction versus Gresham and Makabe 2. As Gresham and Makabe will lose, as Tankman's going to beat him in 24 minutes. This is a hell of a match, though. So we're going to put that there. Then we have House of Torture of Drew Parker, Taiji Shimura against Kawato and Samurai Del Sol. And Samurai Del Sol will get the win. So that's a huge win for the Bomb Squad team. Then we'll have Drew Gulak versus Makichi Hidaka. As far as Makichi Hidaka, of course, the Young Lion will be losing in that encounter. This is a tough one. I mean, that 10-man tag, we want to make it the main because of, it being a 10-man tag. But I guarantee you this Order of Destruction Gresham Makabe match is going to be the best thing on the card. It's going to be a really, really good match. But yeah, I mean, this is, I actually think it's going to be a really good tour show. We'll, see here. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the Nicest Arena, if you will, is its named the Supermarket. About that. As for day 5, we'll run it. The opening contest, Drew Gulak beats Hidaka with a Gulak in 10:28 to 67 for him. 79 for Kawato and Samurai Del Sol against the House of Torture. And Samurai Del Sol pinning Drew Parker with the Rising Sun. Samurai Del Sol to 76. 65 for Kawato. 71 for Ishimori. 65 for Drew Parker. So only a 5-point difference. Not bad at all. Very, very close encounter. And the crowd is now buzzing after that matchup. As an 81 for Suzuki-gun versus Kingdom of Strong Style. As Yehi submitting Alex Shelley after the Koji clutch. Hell of a win. And, Hook, he's just not great in Technical Masterclass matches, which is very funny to see that. But just overall, yeah, not a great performance from him, honestly. 90, my God, for the Order of Destruction versus Jonathan Gresham and Daniel Makabe. I figured it was going to be the best match. Didn't think it was going to be a 90 good. But, you got two great teams that have teamed for a while now. They probably have the chemistry, or the tag team bonus or whatever they call it. That yeah, there it is. At least Hobbs and Dankman do. Gresham and Makabe don't, but man, what a match. Makabe and Gresham were the better team, but just from a sheer size advantage, definitely Order Destruction. They could destroy him at any time. So just, as far as given the reasoning there, Diamond Gate beating LIJ as Kenta pinning Tetsuya Naito after the Kenta combo into the Basaiku knee. Diamond K having a great performance there. Lil Sombra, though, best guy in the matchup. Good stuff. Good stuff there. As, just overall, they were the better team. Naito, worst guy in the match still, which is no surprise. Yota Tsuji almost outperforming Katsuhiko Nakajima, so that's a good sign for him. 79, though, for the 10-man tag. Yeah, that Order of Destruction Makabe Gresham match was by far the best thing on this entire show. So, as far as for our main event, Tyler Black, Konosuke Takeshita being the heavy lifters of this one. Abe was the third best guy in the matchup with a 73. Then Ibushi, and pretty much everybody else was in the mid to low 60s. Besides Malachi Black's 54, just great. The Blue Thunder Bomb from Konosuke Takeshita over Malachi Black. I think it was the right call to have Blast Off get the win. And yeah, overall an 81, but that 90 for the Order of Destruction Gresham Makabe matchup. Again, knew it was going to be good. Didn't think it was going to be a 90 overall good. So shout out that matchup. On to our final tour show, at least of Japan. And then we'll be heading down to the land down under. As, this is going to be an interesting final show for Japan. I believe it's going to be another kind of multi-man blast-off House of Black matchup. Just I don't think Malachi Black's going to be involved in this one, so hopefully it's going to be a little bit better. But on to Day 6 we go. Alrighty, Day 6. As we'll see what the backstage incidents are. Satoshi Kojima passing on microphone work to Tamura again, and then Nakamura passing on tips on selling to Moroka Takato, who is just getting all of the great shit as far as along the way. So yeah, last year, we had the heavyweight title matchup in Korakuen Hall. Don't think we're going to have that good of a fucking final matchup. But, I think it's going to be still a pretty good show. As the House of Black Blast-Off match, we'll add that already. As Fumino Arabe will get the win over Hayato Jr. Fujita. So yeah, Malachi Black is involved in this matchup again. Yeah, we'll stick with it because Strickland and Casanova, they're going to beat Hashimoto and Fujinami here. Casanova's going to beat Leona Fujinami. United Empire of Walter and Lee Moriarty against Brody Lee and Black Taurus, as Walter will beat Brody in 22 minutes to be exact. Well, that'll be the co-main for now. As Nakajima and Kosai Fujita against Shingo Takagi and Bushi, as Kosai Fujita is going to beat Bushi. That's a huge win for him. And then Jiro Kuroshio and Hira Kawato against the House of Torture team, as Ishimori is going to beat Kuroshio. That's a huge victory, though, for House of Torture. That is massive. So we'll have that go here. Then Burberry Baba will beat Fumio Nakanawa, as, of course, Young Lion will be losing in that one. But, I guess it's not going to be... This has definitely been a step down compared to the other tour shows, just from what I'm seeing. that Brody Lee Black Taurus Volta Lee Moriarty match is going to be pretty good, but other than that, it's going to be a lot of the kind of undercard guys getting a lot of the rub here. Yeah, let's run Kansai. Trying to think. Actually, we might not run. Oh no, we got the 5,000 seater. Never mind. Get the Baycom Gymnasium. Thank God we do. Ooh, a 46 here. Burberry Baba did well, but Fumio Nakanawa, not so much. Just, yeah, not enough over this, surprisingly enough, because Burberry Baba is recognizable. Just did not work out in our favor. So now, because that match didn't go over well, this doesn't go over well. The 64, as Kosai Fujita and Katsuki Nakajima beat the Shingo Takagi Bushi team. It's pretty close, an upset though. Oh, I just didn't realize you could change the text of that. Huh. Weird. I feel like I figured that out once before, but I forgot about it. So here we relearning that you can do that. It's a 70 for Kawato and Jiro Kurashio, as they will be beating the House of Torture, or they will be losing, rather, to the House of Torture team. They were the better team, so it was the right call. As Ishimori with the blade dragging over Kurashio. He was the worst guy in the match, so it makes sense for him to lose. Losing to the best guy, too, so that just all around made sense. 70 here for Strickland and Casanova against Leona Fujinami and the former junior heavyweight champion Daichi Hashimoto, as Casanova pins Leona Fujinami. Way to give Casanova his finishers. But yeah, Shane Strickland, best guy for his team. Daichi Hashimoto, best guy for his team. Yeah, got the crowd buzzing, so did its job. 77 for Volter and Lee Moriarty against Brody Lee and Black Taurus. Crazy that they both did the same rating for Lee Moriarty and Volter. Goddamn, they were not even close. Brody and Black Taurus, that did not go over well. But a big win, though, for United Empires. The Burning Lariat from Volter. Then 80 for our main event. Abe with a figure 4 leg lock over Malachi Black. So, yeah, I mean, we've kind of went back and forth now. House of Black got a couple of wins early on the tour. Now we're seeing Blastoff get some wins. So it's not a full-on, like, they're beating up Blastoff every single night. It's been back and forth. Dante Martin, the second best guy for House of Black there. Really no surprise when you look at it. But, yeah, it was a good match. Good performance from, the people that we needed them to have good performances. Tyler Black, Konosuke Takeshita, Abe, those guys. But, yeah, I think we barely got an 80. No, still 77. If the opener would have performed better, I think the whole show in general would have been better. But, yeah, then that's at least the Japan side of the tour. Now we'll wrap it up in Australia. We'll see how days 7 and 8 go, and then we'll be into the final show. Alrighty, day 7, as we'll find out where we'll be running here in Australia. Last year, we ran South Australia, but I don't know if that will be the same case here. 9th up, as on Tips on Psychology to his protege Hiroshi Miyoshi. As, so, going to land down under. It would be funny to go to New Zealand here. Take a quick stop there before we get to Australia. Guess we could do that. Who's on the show? Is Jay White on the show? No, I don't. Oh no, there he is. House of Torture, Bomb Squad. Yeah, Jay White's getting the win too. Yeah, might as well have this be the main event. So Jay's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat Rush. So Rush with Riley and Hiromu. That's a hell of a trio team against Joe Doring, Miro, and Jay White. House of Black versus Designs of Perfection. As Paris de Silva beating Shane Strickland. So the champions beat the challengers there. We had Tyler Black and Sonata facing off against each other too. It's a really good trios match as well. Diamond K versus LIJ in an 8-man tag. As SB Kento beats Kosai Fujita, so a huge win for LIJ. Suzuki-gun versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Kushida. As Kushida's going to beat Tozawa, so that's the Technical Masterclass matchup. Which will mean United Empire versus Dark Order is the Steal the Show matchup, as it's Zack Sabre Jr., Danny Makabe, Jonathan Gresham against Black Taurus, Evil, and John Silver. Obviously, the team on the left will be getting the win, as Makabe is going to beat John Silver. And then, of course, our opening contest, Juice Robinson will be taking on Masahiro Hara as far as in that encounter. So no, I thought about having Tony Storm be on this show. Thought about it, but as far as just went against it, just felt like this was kind of the better option. Unfortunately for her, this is going to be like one of our only opportunities that she would even be able to perform. Just kind of look and see, because she is recognizable, so we could kind of use really anybody if we wanted to. We might even bring up somebody from CMLL. Let's, yeah, so fuck it. Let's see Tony Storm. Let's just pick Andreas Miyagi for now. We don't have to use her. No, but actually, yeah, fuck it. Might as well. So, Andreas Miyagi, she really can't do anything besides probably a Steal the Show matchup. Yeah, let's just have it be a Steal the Show match, her and Andreas Miyagi. Get the win. Because this match, it's not really necessary, let's see. If we remove it, will it now show up in the pre-booking page? It will. Alright, perfect. That's fine. That'll work for me. Oh yeah, we picked a Union Hall in New Zealand for this show. Let's run it. The 61 for Juice and Masahiro Hara. It's the Pulp Friction gets the win for Juice Robinson in 10:09. 72 for Suzuki-gun versus Kingdom of Strong Style. As Kushida tapping out Tozawa with the Kushida lock. Much better than everybody else is here compared to Tozawa. That did not go for well for him. I mean, that's a terrible rating, a 38. That's pretty brutal. 61 for Tony Storm and Andreas Miyagi. That's a strong 0 for Tony Storm getting the win at 11:04. That was a 61. And 80 for Diamond K versus LIJ. You can definitely tell the people that are not really used to working in New Zealand and Australia with some of these ratings, but obviously Sombra, Kenta, they've been all over the world, so they are just fine here. As SB Kento with the submission win over Kosai Vijay with the SB Shooter. So both of men did a 58 there, so could have went either way, but glad LIJ gets a win though. They could use some momentum going into the final show. 81 for House of Black versus Designers Perfection. Yeah, I mean, Designers of Perfection, they were the better team here. Glad they got the win, as Percy Silva pinning Shane Strickland as well. It's an 82 for our main event, as Jay White, Miro, Joe Doring, the House of Torture beat the Bomb Squad. Ooh, Roosh with a 61. That is pretty bad. Shows you again, he's not really used to working in Oceania or anything, but he gets the one with the Blade Runner in 22-22. Great one for Jay White. And all around, that's actually a pretty good tour show. Every day 7. Alrighty. Not bad, not bad at all. So yeah, our final tour show coming up here for day 8. I think the match we just pushed back, I think we're going to have that be on the Strong taping that's happening in Australia too, so that's going to be pretty fun to see how that plays out. And yeah, on to day 8 we go. Alrighty, the final tour show, as we have some backstage incidents, a couple of them, as far as Kuma Maya was brought from Russell's court, accused of being absorbed by his phone when he should have been paying attention during a locker room meeting as the judge. Shinsuke Nakamura found him guilty and sentenced by a crate of beer for the locker room. Small pops have been back for him. As Bryan Danielson passing on microphone work to Daniel Garcia, and then Danielson passing on selling to Jerome St. Pierre. So, our main event, which will be a pretty major trios matchup. So it's going to be House of Black versus Konosuke Takeshita in the Velocity. So taking 2 title matches, putting them into one, as Dante Martin will be beating Jude London in 26 minutes. So a big win, though, as far as, and also we got to change Dante Martin. It's Christian Casanova, and we'll probably have Strickland get the win now instead. Swerve. Getting the win there. So yeah, that's going to be a hell of a matchup, though. Then House of Torture Bomb Squad Trios match. This is another really fun little Trios matchup. But it's not going to be as good as what we just saw from the previous night. But Miro's going to get the win over Hiroshio in 20 minutes. Dark Order, United Empire, 8-man tag. So we have Brody, Tankman, Evil, Black Taurus against Volter, Zack Sabre Jr., Great Okan, and Katsuki Kitamura as Evil will be beating Great Okan. So we're going to change this matchup, which that's fine. We can definitely change that. No problemo there. As House of Black. Oh, no, that we have to get rid of that as well. But the mixed tag match, though, as Tony Storm with Josh Alexander taking on Will Hobbs and Chris Statlander, as Hobbs will be beating Alexander. We'll also have a women's matchup of Suzuki gets Satsui Sumai, as Suzuki will be getting the win. And for this matchup, of course, I'll have to change as far as, let's just go ahead and, let's go ahead and just change it to this so I can see who hasn't been used and who has. So we could probably use, we use Chaz Gable, Dominic Guarini. Yeah, we'll just use that. I think that's probably better. So we'll have Dominic Guarini get the win. They face off against each other for first time meeting. So that's nice. It's nice. So, I thought about actually changing this match potentially. Because we, Suzuki, she's won every time they face off, but it's only been at CMLL for this, back in February. It's pretty much the only time they faced off. But, we thought about bringing up Peyton Royce. Her contract ended, actually, like, during this month. And it was just kind of like, oh, well, let's just kind of sign her and see what we could do with her for this kind of tour. And, that's a possibility for sure. I'm not exactly sure who she would face, though. Oh, no, don't mean local workers. Let's see where she's at. Oh, she has her contract not started. That might also be a thing. Yeah, I don't think her contract started anyway, so that's fine. That's totally fine with me. So we'll stick with what we got. We do want to pick our venue, though. So we ran South Australia last time, and I know they have this oval arena, 53,000, which is nice. Yeah, we're going. We got somewhere. I thought Brisbane had a big stadium. Maybe not. Yeah, they have the Metrocon Stadium. Yeah, they have this on the Suncorp as well. Just trying to think of, we ran the Strong taping here in New South Wales, and then Western Australia, they have Optus Stadium, 70,000. That is, and you got the Perth Superdome as well we can run for this show. Yeah, I think we're gonna run probably. Oh, the cricket ground in Melbourne it can fit 100,000 people though. My God, that would be sick. If we run Tasmania, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, I think we're gonna run South Australia. This final tour show. Let's run it. So 61 for the opener actually went pretty well. Chaz Gable and Dominic Guarini get the win, as Guarini with the snap pile driver over Oleg at 9:49. 64 for Suzuki and Natsui Sumai, as they got pretty good chemistry, so they went pretty well. Obviously, them not really used to working in Australia, for their rating to be that's actually pretty impressive. 74 for Hobbs and Statlander against Tony Storm and Alexander. Wrong team won here. Probably should have Tony beat Statlander, but we already had Tony win, so I just felt like that was kind of the best case scenario. 79, though, for the 8-man of Dark Order versus United Empire. It's Evil pinning Katsuki Kitamura with the Everything is Evil. Kitamura with a 50, 58 for Evil. Everybody else did. Well, actually, Brody with a 58. He was the worst guy for the Dark Order team. United Empire are the much better team, though. So an upset for sure. 80 for the trios matchup of Jay White, Miro, and Brody King. It's the Bomb Squad. It's the game over for Miro over Jiro Kuroshio in our main event, which was a 76 though, unfortunately. Shane Strickland hitting Jude London with a handspring back elbow. Probably could have gave the champions a win here, but went against it. And Shane Strickland, though, he was off his game. So that affected the match. Same thing for Casanova, the 57. He just wasn't great either, unfortunately. And, all around, not the greatest final show. Probably should have said this be the main by the looks of it. But I think the actual final show is going to deliver really well. It just, wasn't the case here today for this tour show. But the tour set. We're all squared away on the tour shows. Now we can run the final show. And, man, we're going to have a big heavyweight title matchup. Big never openweight title matchup. Should be a banger of a show. Alrighty, we are set for the Autumn Attack show. Of course, New Japan World. Backstage incidents. As a show in Shinsuke, his show is brought for Wrestler's Court. Accused of moaning about stuff all the time, bumming us out, being just a Debbie Downer. It can't be a Debbie Downer for this big-ass show. If the judge, Shinsuke Nakamura, found him guilty and sentenced to shut up or cheer up and buy drinks after the show. Nice. Alrighty, so, for this show, we'll definitely be running the cricket. Oh, no. Cricket grounds, maybe not the best case scenario there, since it's going to be 78,000. But the Marvel Stadium, so we'll either be, give or take 20,000 shy of a sellout of the cricket ground, or we can run somewhere else that might be a little bit better and more of our speed. And 54,000 out the Optus Stadium. So that would have been nice, but I don't think that's going to be the case either. Yeah, I mean, we can either completely sell out Suncorp Stadium. That's tough, though, that there's some places that work out better for us than others, unfortunately. But, yeah, we ran Marvel Stadium last year. So I think... Hey, that's crazy. 92,000 people. Damn. I mean, the Accor Stadium might be it. We'll sell it out, no problem. Yeah. Looks like we found our stadium. The Accor Stadium, my god. A lot of fucking people. So our main event. Tyler Black, Konosuke Takeshita. And thanks to the returning Robbie Eagles, we have a new heavyweight champion. New heavyweight champion in Tyler Black. Big victory here. So with this, we get some shenanigans. We get a new champion. We'll definitely have a rematch with these two men, Konosuke Takeshita and Tyler Black, at the it'd probably be the Wrestle Grand Slam tour, if I remember correctly. Because obviously, we have, as far as we have the World Quest. Well, I guess we could have it be a power struggle. Yeah, well, that's probably will probably be the rematch of power struggle. But, with this matchup, new champion, obviously, hell of a run for Konosuke Takeshita. Won the Battle of Wrestle Kingdom, drops it here at Autumn Attack here in October. I think it's a great run. And for Tyler Black, though, he's been incredible. He's, 42? Oh, he just turned 40. So he's 40, gets his first heavyweight title run here in New Japan. He's been a U.S. champ. He's been an Intercontinental champion just in this short couple of run he's had here with us, and he's been tremendous, though. And I think with this kind of turn, I think a lot of people wouldn't have saw this coming. As far as with us being in Australia, us having, Konosuke Takeshita have a big win over Sonata, and having big wins throughout the summer, and it seems like, we were destined to have, like, Hiromu and Konosuke Takeshita. That was kind of what a lot of people suspected to be the main event of Wrestle Kingdom, and now, throwing that completely out the window with that matchup and that change, so that's a lot of fun to see. Co-main event, Ryu Lee and Sonata. Sonata will retain. This would have been an interesting moment. to have Riley get a win and have his first kind of non-junior heavyweight title. That would have been great. But for Sonata, it just felt like he needed a win. He lost, of course, to Konosuke Takeshita at Wrestle Dynasty. Felt like he needs a big win here. And then you keeps the never openweight title as well. So still double champion for that man. Then if I remember correctly here, I believe the tag team title match is next. Yes, Calvin Tankman, Brody Lee gets United Empire as Volter will beat Brody Lee there. So that will be another successful defense for them. Hiromu, Jay White for the G1 briefcase. And Hiromu will win and keep the briefcase. So shout out to Hiromu. Junior heavyweight title matchup though. Airbender, Ray Phoenix. Gonna give them a lot of time. 22 minutes. I didn't pick a winner yet because I was just really torn. On one hand, boy, this could really help elevate Airbender and be his first junior heavyweight title run ever. Ray Phoenix just won the belt, though. It would be a weird time to kind of drop the belt very quickly. I just felt like... I could see it either way, honestly. Both things, I think, are beneficial. One hand, you help elevate a talent, and you get you free up Ray Phoenix again to get out of the junior heavyweight title scene. However, though, Ray Phoenix is an incredible champion, and, Pentagon Jr. still is out. So... he really has nothing left for him anyway. So I think we're going to go with Ray Phoenix. He's going to retain there. Then Diamond K. There's LIJ. Diamond K will win, so down goes the never openweight champions. But Diamond K is going to get the win with Kota Umeda beating Bushi in 23 minutes. Then Strickland and Casanova, they're going to lose here to the Velocities. Jude London beating Casanova, which Casanova is set for victory instead of defeat. There we go. But yeah, obviously, we want to keep the Aussies on top here in Australia. And then Suzuki-gun versus Kaji Yamato, Kushida, Hiroshi Tanahashi as well. As Claudio Castagnoli is going to beat Tanahashi there in the technical match class setting in 24 minutes. So that's the card. Shibata being used too much. Interesting enough. As an agent, I'm assuming he's got the main. Nope, Danielson does. Does he have this match? Yep. Trying to think. Yeah, give it to Nagata. Alrighty. So, with this one, trying to think. I do want to add. Trying to think. Let's see here. Just want to double check to see Peyton Royce. I don't think we'll be able to use her. Trying to think, because I don't think again our deal isn't ready yet. So I think we'll just add the post-show press conference for now. It's obviously House of Black, this is a big night for him. Tyler Black winning the heavyweight title, thanks to a big assist to Robbie Eagles. And as force for Tyler Black, very, the hard work paying off, the new look of the House of Black, and it felt, for him, it's like I felt like the weight's been lifted off my shoulders, thanks to the financial backing of our tycoon, if you will. And our, the man that is yet to be named, the anonymous backer, I guess as far as what they've been calling him for now. But for Tyler Black, this is a long time coming. For the amount of work he's put in to be at the top of the mountain in the wrestling world again, means a lot to him. And he can, obviously, the big assist. So Robbie Eagles, the returning Robbie Eagles, which I think that's going to be that would be an interesting dynamic. I think the crowd seeing one of their own help somebody win and to cheat to win, I think it's going to be an interesting dilemma for sure. As far as, and then we'll have Swerve there as well, and then Dante, Darius, and then Ayada, Junior Fujita, and Malachi Black. As for, for House of Black, everyone, he's questioned about a rematch with Konosuke Takeshita, and he says, I'll let the office figure that one out. I'm just excited to get on a plane again and leave Australia as the heavyweight champion and go on to Royal Quest. So he's already eyeing going to the UK as the heavyweight champion, and for him, it comes down to obviously getting that rematch for Konosuke Takeshita since he lost unfairly. Well, and for the post-show press conference for Konosuke Takeshita, he's not a happy camper, as far as Konosuke Takeshita. As far as for him, he's as far as it was a fighting champion, a man who took on any and all comers. Sure, he was getting a little bit too big for his britches at times, and the ego was kind of getting bigger and bigger, especially during the Okada and like the Tanahashi matches, and it felt like he was kind of getting a little too big for him, and now it gets cost him dearly. But the person that's there to try to pick him up is Kazuchika Okada. Okada tries to offer some, as far as some words of wisdom, being like, listen, I know the office isn't going to let this one slide, and Konosuke Takeshita's trying to be respectful about it, but he's just like, listen, I ain't got time to listen to all that, I need answers now, type of thing. As far as he's pretty hot, he's pretty hot about it, and Okada understands it, but you could tell he's also getting a little irritated by it, and you could feel that the disrespect is coming. Eventually, Okada has to check him. He's like, listen, you can be mad at the situation all I want, but this is not my problem. I'm here to help you. I'm trying to calm you down because I know I've been on the other end of this, and it's not great. And just, as far as Takeshita still is kind of fighting all the words of encouragement and all the kind of the words of wisdom that Okada sent in his way. See, he's focused on one thing, and that's getting his belt back for Tyler Black. So that's just kind of his big thing for him as far as winning his match with Tyler Black, his rematch. As far as for the next people, we'll go United Empire. For his, Zach and Volter, they are stacked for the win still. IWGP Tag Team Champions. And for Zach, he's, excited about going back home. And he says that, as far as Jon Moxley, Shota Umino match, as far as building up to that match, that's happening at Royal Quest. So as far as a little hyping of that match for them. And trying to think if we should have one more. That should be it. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Just keep it as kind of the top guys, and we'll run it. Yeah, I think that's a good call. Let's run it. 82 for the opener. Suzuki-gun beating Kingdom of Strong Style and Hiroshi Tanahashi's Claudio, pinning Tanahashi with the neutralizer. Good performance from Nakamura and Ashino. And even Yehai. Yehai with a 67 is pretty solid for him. Claudia with a 69. You see a Hook's rating was god-awful. God-awful. 73 for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup as the Velocities get the win. Jude London and Paris Day Silva retaining their belts. Big night for the Designs of Perfection now. 84 and 80 for Paris and London as far as that's some good wins. Good wins for them. Good stuff. Got the crowd buzzing too. It's perfect. 96, dear God, for the Never Open 6-man tag team title matchup. Kenta, Umeda, and Nakajima beating the LIJ team. What a win for Diamond K and the new Never Open 6-man tag team champions. Incredible stuff there. Right team gets the win. LIJ there on a nice little run, but on to the new champs. 85 for Airbender and Ray Phoenix. Yeah, Lack of Psychology could have saw that one coming. But the Meteor gets the win for Ray Phoenix, and just a fun match there. Very, very fun match that is. And a 90 for Jay White and Hiromu. Hiromu gets the win with the Time Bomb as the Kiwi native in front of 82,000 people in Australia. Very, very big, very, very cool moment. Doesn't get the win, though, fortunately for him, but Hiromu retains the G1 briefcase. And he still punched his ticket to Wrestle Kingdom. It was a 93 for United Empire and Tankman and Brody. Zach and Volter get the win, as Volter pinning Brody Lee there, as that's their first defense as well of their IWGP Tag Team titles, which of course they won those belts back at Dominion, so it shows you how kind of crazy and hectic the schedule can be at times when it takes that long for a defense. But we have the G1, we got the King of Pro Wrestling tournament, a lot of things happening, a lot of things get thrown their way. But at 89, wow, surprised that this did not go over as well as I thought it would, and Riley Lee outperformed him. But Sonata gets on the Sonata lock, that's his 6th defense of the Neverweight title. He's been tremendous. He's been a tough man to beat as Sonata, and another successful defense and reign for him. And our main event, in a 95, Konosuke Takeshita losing to the curb stomp after Robbie Eagles. The probably the pulse drop, a little 450 off the top, or springboard 450, however he wants to do it. Probably a springboard 450 into the curb stomp, so it's quick. And he can kind of hit it out of, anywhere type of thing. And Tyler Black maybe distracting the ref into the curb stomp and gets the win. Beats Konosuke Takeshita thanks to outside interference. As, what a win, though. And what a performance for the House of Black for him. Surprised he did not go over well with the promo, but he is ecstatic being the new heavyweight champion. The Konosuke Takeshita Okada press conference. Zack Sabre Jr. Volter's press conference. Zack excited to go back home. As far as with Royal Quest on the horizon, and another 100. My God, what a show! Lord. Shocked by that rating, to be honest. Again, I didn't expect 100. I know we had a great main, and we had a great Neverweight 6-man tag team title matchup. Very shocked that was the best match on the card. But, man, the kind of the path from that Neverweight 6-man matchup all the way through, light blues all the way, can't go wrong with that. As far as basically 6 out of the 7 matches that have, stipulations, or I guess not stipulation, prizes on the line, if you will, with the titles in the briefcase, all being light blue, it's a really good sign. But yeah, all around, God, I mean, what more can you say? Because let's get to catch that a great run. Big hug for you, sir. You deserve it. Listen, Vikingo stepped up. That was a big time match, a big time performance for him in the junior heavyweight title matchup. And I'm trying to think. Ryu Lee, man, that's another guy that had a big time moment, and he outperformed Sonata. He was tremendous in his matchup. What a show. And what a tour. Going down to Australia, it's always nice to have a change of scenery. To have a show like that, to have those fucking people, and have a great show like that. Awesome stuff. But that will do it, though, for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for Royal Quest. Take care, everyone.